host. I'm here today with Udi Ziv. Welcome.
Thank you.
And he's with Personetics. And we're live at Money 2020. So why don't you explain a little bit about Personetics and yourself?
Personetics is a cognitive banking company. Cognitive banking is all about the well-being of the members, basically, all the way to addressing their business needs, financial needs, so that they are well-informed and know how to do the right things from a financial perspective. AI-based, of course. Our vision is to democratize financial wellness for all people worldwide, which is kind of why we start with the wellness first, with the member kind of in the center, understanding the member's needs, and then, like a human used to in the old days of banking, right? Give advice and offer the right things for the member in context of their specific needs.
But in the digital world.
Absolutely in the digital world.
Yeah, this is not AI, by the way. We use Grammarly, so you know, to start saying we're AI based. So why are you here at Money 2020 today?
First of all, we're meeting a lot of our partners, credit unions, banks, to basically share, you know, where we're going, what we're doing, hear their strategic directions as well. So it's an extremely busy Money 2020.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. So where are you guys going?
Well, you know, the essence of what we do is again the touch point between a member and the credit union, and this is what this is all about. How do we, you know, I remember when I was way younger, my father taking me to the branch, introducing me to the banker, saying, you know, here's Udi, he will open an account. I think I was 17 maybe. Yeah. And the banker knew my family, he then knew me, and he knew how to give me advice, and he knew how to suggest to me things. Obviously, he was working for a bank, right? He was helping the bank as well, but it felt like someone cared. Right. Someone took care of me, basically. Fast forward, you know, many years later, everything is digital, extremely efficient. You know, we were in different meetings here with not going to mention the name, but an institution that said they had 2,000 branches cut to 20. Wow, yeah. Now, where is the banker? Gone. And you know, most of the population don't have anyone to give them advice. Right. So they're basically stuck with a digital, very efficient digital front end, but no one understands them. And this is the essence of what we do. So where are we going? Deepening that, understanding even more of what are the needs of the member, so that we can help them navigate this very sophisticated world of finance. Now, within that, one of the important things for us is, you know, with all the advances in the market on multiple fronts, many of our partner credit unions and banks are saying, you know, what you're bringing to the table is amazing, but we would like to add to that and add our own IP. We want to create our own insights for our own members. And so we're expanding our platform capabilities to basically allow any of our partners to basically build content on top of our platform, and everything that is built in a no-code using AI and you know, the visual tools that we have, everything that is built is being now orchestrated within our platform as if it's native to the platform. So that's one big area for us. We call it the Open Platform Initiative. And the other is, how do we take the smarts that you know, we've invested a lot in understanding the members and knowing understanding their needs, knowing what's important to them. How do we expand that across the credit union to the employees of the credit union, to the bankers, to the call center if they have, to the different functions, so that they become smarter about their members' needs.
And they do walk in a branch.
So that's the directions we're going. Obviously investing a lot in Gen AI. We can talk about that forever. Yes. And maybe the last thing I will say is something that's top of mind for any credit union, and we've had multiple conversations here at the conference about, and that's privacy. Again, back in the days, we all had the single bank. So the question is, are you a customer or a member or not? 0 or 1. Nowadays, we had a CEO of one of the credit unions here in the meeting yesterday, and she said she has 12 different banking services on her phone. Yeah. And she does some of the services not with her credit union.
Right.
So imagine normal people. They're not CEOs of credit unions.
Right.
And now the question is, how do you get your members to basically spend more of their time and do more of their financial related services with this credit union and versus others? And the competition is very, very, very tough nowadays. So we're putting a lot of effort into helping credit unions and banks identify how they can become more prime than on an ongoing basis, both from an activation perspective. You win new customers, but then mostly they don't activate. So what's the point? So both in activation, then in deepening the relationship, and then via signals of leading indicators towards potential attrition or lowering of activity, identifying that and coming up with ways to give advice, to make specific offers, to get the members to actually stay and be more active within that credit union. That's a very significant thing that I guess all financial institutions nowadays are struggling with and are looking for help. And I can elaborate more on how we do it, etc.
Right. And that's right alongside the education part. So
absolutely,
it's like content marketing. You're providing a piece of content about credit scores or whatever, and then okay, here's how you improve it. And we can help you do that by this credit card or whatever.
The important thing about what you've just said, absolutely, add one word to that: in context.
In context, yes.
Because if you do it out of the blue, I mean, why am I getting this? I'm not interested in reading your tutorials now, or getting an offer for a product. But if you identify a need, and you now say, I see that you're not familiar with this. If you're interested, here is some education.
Right.
Or I see you're going to go. We forecast you're going to go into an overdraft. Here's a bridge loan that can help you. All of a sudden, instead of being spammed, the perception of the member is that someone is taking care of me. Remember the banker? That someone just gave me a call digitally and basically said, "You need help. Here I am." And the result of that is a significant customer satisfaction increase.
Oh, I'm sure.
And significant. We're talking about 35% increasing engagement and lifetime value. But at the end of the day, these are the members that will continue to go to the credit union for their needs versus others that may even offer better terms.
Right, because they're there. Yeah, they were there for them. I mean, that's critical for probably pretty much anybody who does retail at all. But
True.
But the credit unions and those other guys with are kind of behind. Is my impression. I mean, obviously there are some that are really on top of things, but how do we get to where credit unions are more competitive in the general financial services market through something like this?
Yeah, first of all, I some of them are definitely not behind.
Sure.
And I think because we serve credit unions, we serve other financial institutions, and we can see the difference. And you can look at what we do at cognitive banking from two different directions. You can look at it from a well-being engagement perspective, start from there. It all ends at the same thing. Or you can look at it as here's a way to increase profitability or sell more products. So credit unions usually take the member well-being approach first.
As a primary, yeah.
Yeah, but then, part of well-being is let's offer these members the right products, which are what they need. So in reality, it all ends with the same exact thing. You start with understanding the member, giving them advice, helping them, and then offering them the right product. So I think a lot of the credit unions are now saying, our vision, the Personetics vision of democratizing financial wellness for all people, ties very well with the philosophy of a credit union with their members, and our DNA is about this, about democratizing financial wellness. So they start with let's help our members, let's be there for them, and as part of that, let's make sure we offer them the right products and we improve our business as well. So I think we're definitely seeing, and in this conference we're meeting many. I want to say almost dozens of credit unions, from the largest to smaller ones, who are saying we got to have it because they're combating primacy just like everyone else.
Right.
They're competing with other other credit unions and other financial institutions, and they need help, and mostly their members need help. And I think from their perspective, the way they're approaching this, it's almost like cognitive banking it fits like a glove to their approach.
Yeah, it aligns perfectly, I think, with bringing what they had that prior to COVID. Really, the credit union satisfaction scale was like through the roof over the banks, and now since it's become more digital, accelerated by COVID, then credit unions have kind of lost their step. But now, definitely, you hear a lot about making that whole member journey, digital, and this seems to make perfect sense to financial wellness. Even on the stage, on one of the stages yesterday, I had the top 7 credit union CEOs talking, and first thing I talked about was financial wellness. It doesn't matter what size they are; that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're here to exactly do that for the credit unions, and I think that's why they like what we're doing, because the mentality of our company is member well-being first. And then around this, how do we help the members and definitely help the credit union as well from that perspective.
And you also touched on the profitability side. Obviously, credit unions are not for profit, but they still need to keep the lights on, right?
Absolutely.
How do you have any stats on that, like the member lifetime value, things like that, how the increases?
Yeah, there's dramatic increases, and it depends on what you would like to measure. For
Sure.
Like 10% increase in deposits, if that is something that is of importance. I talked about 35% increase in engagement, which is phenomenal number. I think the most, even before we go to the specific business metric, an offer for a product, a loan or deposit or whatever it is, or credit card, that is offered in context, in the context of understanding the member's need, and then saying, here's what I can do to help you, has up to 10x more click-through rate, which at the end of the day is saying 2 things. One is the member is happy. They wouldn't click if they didn't think it's good for them. And if they click, there goes the positive outcome for the business in terms of selling a loan or a deposit and on top of that, the pure customer satisfaction, which the credit unions care a lot about. We have 150 million people that we serve with our technology via our partners. Each one of the insights, what we call insights on the screen, has a built-in rating mechanism. So a member can go in and say 0 to 5 stars, how happy they are with what they've seen, and then they can type some free text. The average across 150 million people is 4.6 out of 5.
Wow.
Which is,
that's
yeah,
huge.
and that's the reaction we're getting, because,
Yeah.
I mean, it almost sounds like science fiction in banking, right? In the financial services
Yeah.
world. But then if you read the text, not everyone writes it, but if you read what people write, they say things like, finally someone is thinking of me. Thank God you identified that, I didn't know. Things that usually you say to a person.
Right.
And you know, we like to think of ourselves as, and you mentioned it nicely, that like we humanize digital. We bring back the pre-COVID and, you know, everything is very efficient and very digital world. But we do it digitally. We do it with AI. We do it with technology, which is extremely efficient.
Yeah.
But the end result is very similar across everyone, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask next is, like, as far as generations, do you see, like, more engagement with a particular younger people or anything like that? Or?
So it turns out that, surprisingly, it's across all generations. Definitely the Gen Zs have a higher propensity to go shopping for other services.
Sure.
But you know, there are different studies that show that over 60% of the global population across generation have bought a financial product from someone other than their main financial institution in the last 12 months. 60%, that's a lot. It was zero 10, 15 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
Gen Z's is 82%, so definitely higher.
Yeah.
But 60% is alarming.
It's huge. It is.
It's alarming. I mean, if you think about a CEO of a credit union now saying, "Wait a minute, my members, 60% of my members are basically doing something outside of my credit union." That's a new phenomena. New meaning a couple of years.
Right.
And so it's across the board. And the reason, we all, even older people like myself, we all were educated by, the Amazons and Netflixes and the Spotifys. That's the experience everyone's getting now. I mean, I want the Amazon experience from my credit union.
Right.
I don't want it to be a list of transactions that are meaningless for me. I want it to be useful, and I want the credit union to be one step ahead of me, be proactive with understanding my needs and suggesting advice or an offer. I don't want to know what I'm looking for. And that's why it's across generation.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I like that us older people are using it.
I talk about myself, of course.
Yes. So I always love my guest final thoughts. What would you like to leave the credit union audience with today?
I think the most important thing, we're here to help. And I think the commonality in the member first approach that we have, with the well-being being our top of mind, even though we do business with credit union and other financial institutions, but the DNA of the company is taking care of the member.
Right.
And if it's our approach, if the member is happy, the business will do well.
Exactly.
And I think from that perspective, we're absolutely here to help. It's a common goal, and the results are proven. And fairly quickly, we can bring back that human experience only digitally. We can bring back the satisfaction, and we can bring back the funding that is keeping the lights on for the credit unions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.